What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another vlog. It's been a minute since I dropped anything on this channel, but I thought right now would be a perfect time for a little bit of a story time. This is a story time based on true events. So even though I've got it on the conspiracy realm, there's really no conspiracy about it because what happened was the real deal. I'm going to tell you my experience about a little thing called a ghost. I actually experienced paranormal activity. I actually experienced two things that happened in the same house that could not be explained. And I'm going to share that story with you right now. Now, obviously, I'm trying to create a little bit more of an effect to it. So, you know, I'm not going to be all like this. Like I normally am. I'll be a bit more serious. But you guys didn't expect me to do that earlier. But anyways, being serious right now, I'm going to tell you guys about my encounter at this particular house. Let's call it the Coomera house, because that's where it was. I'm getting really freaking just thinking about it. So guys, I was at this house, I was staying at this house, and it's a crazy thing, you know, because I was there with my ex. That's a story for another day. But anyways, I was there, and I was in the bed, okay? Now at this particular time, there's two parts to the story, but I'm going to start with the bed one, because it's going to freak you out. It freaked me out. I was in the bed. No one was in the house. Let me make this very clear. No one was in the house. My ex had gone out to work. Freaking the little ones, the kids weren't there. No one was in the house, okay? There was nobody in the house. Alright, you gotta remember that I knew I was going to be in the house by myself, so no one was there. I checked the house before I went to bed. I knew no one was there because everyone left. No one was in the house, okay? So, anyways, I'm asleep, and I'm like having, you know, okay, I'm gonna stop trying to put the voice on because, yeah, this is really real stuff, and it's like making me get a little bit uncomfortable thinking about it. I don't need to add any freaking special effects to it with my voice, man, because yeah, this stuff's already creepy enough. But I was sleeping in the bed, and suddenly while I was sleeping, and yeah, this is crazy stuff, man, but while I was sleeping, I felt someone sit on the edge of the bed. Now you know when you're laying in the bed, and you know when someone sits on the bed, and you can feel that weight and that indentation. You could feel them sitting on the bed. You know it's pretty obvious when someone's sitting on the bed. There's no mistaking it when it happens. And I felt someone sit on the bed, and I was like petrified. I was frozen. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like what the freak? And so I'm like this for a moment, and then I'm like, I gotta freaking do something. I can't just sit here, because, you know, you just don't know who's sitting on the bed. Like, my first thought wasn't it's a ghost. You know, at that point in time, I was thinking, you know, something more like it must have been someone in the house, you know. So I'm like, man, I gotta find out what's going on, and I gotta do something, because if it's someone who's broken in the house, who knows what they're trying to do to me, you know what I mean? So anyways, I decide that I'm going to freaking just suddenly quickly just move and jump out the bed, kind of like, and try to catch them off guard, them not realizing that I'm awake and know that they're sitting there. So I just suddenly, I'm like, okay, here I go. I'm just gonna go for it, because you just don't know. And I just went, whoa, like this, and I jumped up really quick, and I freaking like went, whoa, like jumped in bed, and nobody was there. Nobody was there. Nobody was there. So I thought, oh, maybe, you know, they try to run out really quick, but I never felt anyone get back up off the bed. You can feel it, right? You can feel when someone gets off. But anyways, I searched the whole house, and nobody was in the house. Nobody was in the house, guys. Nobody. Zero. Nobody was in the house. And yo, seriously, that freaked the hell out of me. Obviously, I could not go back to sleep, because that was some scary stuff, man. Like, no one was in the house. I felt someone sit down. I could feel the indentation. It was real. It happened. And that's story number one. In the same house, we're just gonna get this done now, because I don't even want to dwell on this anymore now. Let's move on quickly. Second time, I'm in the house. I'm working on music, okay? I'm sitting there in my little studio setup, doing my thing, working on music. Now, girl is outside, freaking with the kids. They're washing the car and all that kind of stuff. I came inside, and I was like, I'm just gonna work on music. Because I wasn't feeling like getting wet. You know, sometimes you don't want to get all wet. Anyways, I'm working on music. I'm doing my thing. I'm sitting down there. And so the house had long, like a lot of glass, like, you know, and a lot of blinds, and the kind of blinds that, you know, you twist and they fold open and, you know, do that kind of thing, or you pull the string, you know, you pull the string and they kind of, you know, open and close, and then you can pull that and it draws them and all that. Anyways, house empty, no one's inside. I'm sitting working on my music. This is in the daytime, so this is a daytime thing. And I'm sitting there, and the house suddenly, every single blind in the house was like something just ran past all the blinds in the entire room. Boom, like that. I was like, all the blinds just went like crazy movement, crazy loud, crazy obvious. And I looked around again, and because I'm in the house. There's blinds behind me. I looked around the entire house. First of all, it was impossible that someone could have ran and swiped all the blinds in the whole freaking area there without me knowing or hearing footsteps or seeing them. There was no footsteps. I heard no footsteps. There was nobody around. All the blinds went at the same time around the entire place. And that's not even possible, right? Like, how could that happen? And the other thing is that I went and instantly turned around in 1 second. Now, the house was airtight. There was no doors open. There was no windows open. I checked everywhere. I thought, oh man, it must have been a gust of wind or something. I tried to think, you know, rational at first. I didn't want to think supernatural. I checked windows. I checked doors. I checked the garage. I checked everything was shut. Dude, do you guys understand? Everything was shut, and there was no one in the house, and all the blinds like that. That scared the hell out of me. And yeah, I don't even know what else to say. That was a bad experience. I did not enjoy that experience, and I actually disliked that house. I actually found out from some people that apparently that whole complex, that area where the houses are built on an ancient, like Aboriginal burial ground or something like that. There's something, it might be, I think it's Aboriginal, I'm not entirely sure, but all I know is they said dead people are buried there, or were buried there, or something like that happened there. That's what I heard. So, it would explain something, because I'm telling you, that house had something in it, and it was not a good feeling. It was very scary, and I tell you right now, guys, I would never, ever, 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 if it was the last house left on the planet, I would never step back into that house ever again. And yeah, that's my little ghost story about that particular time. Now, I've got some other ghost stories, and maybe another time I'll share them with you. I ain't sharing with anything else more ghostly right now, because I've just freaked myself out, and just brought back the memories of that experience, because that's real stuff that happened that I can't explain what happened, and there's no explanation that is logical except that it was something supernatural. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little story time, the Coomera house, and make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, and I will catch you with the next story. The next one I've got for you guys is about a UFO, and I've seen 3 UFOs.